Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are connecting from. Welcome to the Swahili Nation channel on the One Africa movement. And glad to be here tonight and glad to be with you. And it is a great opportunity. And I thank God for the grace and thank God for this opportunity to be with you tonight. My name is Ezra from South Africa, and it is going to be a great show, as I always say. A really jam-packed show, a really strategic show, and I'm happy to be here. And on behalf of Mika, I'll be your host tonight, and I will be with you. And I hope we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna impart a lot of knowledge, and we're gonna share a lot of knowledge amongst us as brothers and sisters. So welcome, 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 welcome. If you've just joined us, um, please, before you do anything, maybe you are new on this channel, um, click on the subscribe button. We are on a road to 200,000 subscribers. So let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. And Happy New Year to everybody. A lot of people I haven't seen since I think a couple of days ago. That was still 2021. And I'm glad to be here and I'm glad to be with you guys. And I'm happy. I'm really happy. I'm really excited. I'm energetic. And a lot is going to happen tonight. And welcome. This is my first show, my first broadcast in 2022. And I know His Excellency was here yesterday. I know His Excellency was here yesterday, and a lot of things that he mentioned, that it's the year of action and that he's going to be hard on Africa in this year. So welcome, family, and I hope you are really going to be hard, and not hard in a bad way, but we really going to demand answers, and we really need to start moving. And I'm glad to be here today, and a lot that we're going to be discussing for this coming year, 2022. For those who use the Gregorian calendar, I know in Ethiopia it's a different year, but in this year we need a plan of action. And what is the plan of action for us as Africans? What is the countries coming up with? What's your motto? What's the theme for your country this year? And what have you planned for this year for Africa and your society where you live? Because not everything is about the politician having to do the work, but what have you planned in your area, in your state, in your country for this year? And what do you wish us as Africans that we should focus on, and what we should be doing in this year of 2022? And I can't wait to hear your answers. I can't wait to hear your knowledge. And tonight, I'm your host. For those who have not subscribed, please subscribe. Please subscribe, turn on the notification icon so that you get notified as early as possible when we start going live. And again, like and share those things. Share the link with your brothers and sisters, your friends, your colleagues on your social platforms, be it WhatsApp, be it Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of them, whatever is there, just share. And I know I'm promoting other platforms, but that's where most of us are connecting with our fellow our friends and colleagues and business associates. So please share the link of the channel and subscribe. Let's get this channel to have 200 subscribers, and I hope a lot of us can really learn tonight together. And I'm just planning to hear more. I want to hear more of your voices, and I will share the link very soon. Tonight is going to be a really quick show. We're not going to be just waiting, but we really need to talk. What is the plan of action? While we're still trying to do the intros and whatnot, please, comment. What is the year? What is the theme for you? For us, is the year of action, as Mika said yesterday, that Africa should have should really strategize and be serious about what they need to do. And this is a year of action. So what is the plan of action for us as individuals, as countries, and even in your country? If you know that, oh, what you think your country should be focusing on in this year, please, please, please drop the comment. Come and join us tonight. Let's speak. Let's talk. This is really great. This is really great. We are going to grow together. We need to grow together, and we need to impart a lot of knowledge, because if you look at our continent, we are a young continent, and a lot of creative ideas are out there. So we need as many people to really come on board and play their role. We cannot wait for others to decide for us all the time. Certain things we need to take steps on our own. We really need to plan our own lives. I hope you already started last year to plan for this year. If you've not started planning for this year, this is the right time to plan. Tonight is the right time. This morning is the right time. Jot out your plans for this year. Don't worry about people crying about no New Year's resolution. They never happen. This and this. Keep to your plan. Write them down. Keep to your plan. At least at the end of the year, you should have something to say. This year, I've done 1, 2, 3. This is what I've achieved. And I've even done more than what I expected from myself. So please, family, everything we need to start planning. We need to start planning and implementing. Plan and implementing. Or before implementing, test. With some people who are doing software, who are software developers, they know before any implementation, any system goes through a testing phase. So plan, test your ideas, whether they can work, test them before you roll them out to the world. So, but planning, it all starts with a plan, and no one who's successful today can say they've never planned. They've had an idea. That's an idea. It's something. It's a seed. Your ideas are a seed. And tonight we need to start really, really, really planning if we have not planned yet, you know. So I'm just going to share the link. I'm going to share the link very soon. Here, just share the link with the people. I see already some people already share the link. Share the link. Continue sharing the link. Continue sharing the link with your family, with your friends, and please share the link. Share the link. Share the link. Share the link. Let's get more people connected. Get your friends, those who really join us normally. Tell them that, hey, we are live. We are live. We are live. Ezra is on the on the platform tonight, and we need to talk. And I know some people are already asking, hi, Mika. I see somebody else already saying, hi, Mika. We had a small chat with Mika this afternoon, and he's in good spirit, really busy with other things. But, you know, all the things that he's busy with, it's for us. It's not, he's a selfless person, and he's forever planning for this year. He's already drafting things for this year. And he has laid out some of the things yesterday about the plan, the year of action for us as Africa and as a continent. And that's my prayer as well, that this year we'll start doing things. I know that a lot of people had to maybe stop their plans because of the COVID, the pandemic, all those things. We know it has slowed down a lot of businesses, a lot of projects, a lot of things that were supposed to be rolled out. I mean, last year or even this year, some of them had to postpone. That's my prayer, that we just dust off those ideas and say, it's COVID, yes, but let's start somewhere. Let's start doing something. Even if we don't put all our eggs or we don't invest all our money into some projects, we put something, but let's start this project rolling and keep our economies growing, because a lot of economies, a lot of industries really suffered during this COVID. So let's go into the drawing board, and let's hope this year we can start rolling out those ideas, testing them out, if it works, if it's the right time. So family, welcome to those who just joined us. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. We are on our road to 200,000, and we need you to subscribe, family. We really need you to subscribe, because we see a lot of people that join us, they just come join the platform and they leave without even subscribing, and others are joining every night, even do reactions, but they never subscribe to our channel. So subscribe, and let's get the program rolling, and let's get this media platform growing. And that's how it all starts. It all starts with your support. It all starts with your support. And you are the first person to support this media platform for it to grow and reach out to so many people. And I know there are people that wish, there's things that they want the channel to do in this coming year. Also come in and share with us those ideas, and let's see what we can do in this year and improve. Already we have a plan of action as well, but we need some suggestions. It never hurts to get suggestion. And I'm sorry if you're hearing some noises. It's really pouring, it's raining where I am. Hence I had to even put the live stream a bit later, because I had to postpone because of the rain. It was really a lot of thunders, a lot of lightnings outside. So, but I'm glad to be here. I've made it by God's grace, and I'm happy to be with you, family. It's always a great, it's always wonderful to be with our fellow brothers, you know. And I enjoy being with you, and I don't take this opportunity for granted. I really honor His Excellency and the team as well for allowing me to come and share and be part of you, family, and speak to you, family. And I thank you for joining us, and I thank you for those who are supporting us, those who are doing super chats, those who've joined our YouTube membership programs. So please become our patron, become our YouTube member, and let's talk. And I hope this year we can improve, and I'm planning to also improve on the lighting. I've got a lot of things that I'll be using in the coming days or weeks, just to see the video quality, especially on the live stream. Let's see how we go. And how is it? Can you see me properly? Is it clear on your side? Please notify me if I'm not visible or there's any sound problems and stuff, because somebody told me that, hey, the sound at some point, but hopefully all is well and sorted. But I'm glad to be here. And today, we're going to be talking about the plan of action for this year. And for those who want to join our Patreon, become a Patreon member, click on that link and become a member. And also become our YouTube member, join our YouTube membership program as well. And let's keep the channel growing. And any program, it is because of the people. It grows because of you. And we thank you for the support, especially those who supported us throughout the years, even last year. And as we journey into this new year, continue with us. And hopefully you'll even contribute more and suggest more things that we need to focus on and do. So, yeah, family. And as a norm, as a family, we always start with prayer. I will start with prayer very soon. And I hope you'll join me in prayer. Join me in any way that you know how to pray. We're not imposing it on anybody, but join us if you want to. And thank you very much for joining us tonight. Subscribe, like. I see a lot of people are joining us. And yeah, join us. Like, click on the like button, share those links. Share those links. And let's keep the channel growing. And thank you for those who are here with us. I see a lot of people before I go into prayer, but I'll acknowledge them that I always see here, and others that are new. Welcome. So yeah, family, let's pray. Thank you, Abba Father, for this night. Thank you for our brothers and sisters that will be joining and those who have joined us. We pray, Heavenly Father, that as we are sitting down trying to plan for this year, we pray for the wisdom, we pray for knowledge, we pray that all our brothers and sisters will come and be partakers of this knowledge and share and also strategize and act and do it, Father. We pray in this year that Africa shall rise The economies of Africa will start generating more income and development for our continent, Father. We pray for those who are also in the diaspora, studying, doing business, working. We pray, Lord, that you be with them, that you bless whatever they're doing. And those who are in the continent as well, Father, remember us, Father, that our businesses may continue growing, our careers, our education, Father God. We pray for it. And we pray again, Lord, as we are doing different things, Father, that we will take the steps of action. We'll take the step of action, Father. We pray that our business will prosper. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Thank you, family. Thank you, thank you, thank you for those who joined us. And I see some people that have been commenting. Hi, Mika. Mika is around. Mika is in good spirit. And you never know. He can just surprise us and join us. But he is busy with something and doing some plans for us for this year. So, he's always here. You might not see him here physically, but in spirit he is here. And sometimes he's in the background and listening and reading your comments. So, yes, as I said to those who just joined us, that we had a small chat, and he's in good spirit, and he loves you, family. Never think when he's not here, he loves you less. He loves you so much, and he always wants to be here. He really wants to be here. He's very selfless, and he really wants to be here all the time. So, yeah, and tonight I'll be your host. My name is Ezra, for those who just joined us or who are new in this channel. And as I said earlier, subscribe, become a patron, join our Patreon membership as well, and become part of this family, Swahili Nation. And our channel, if you know our channel, we are on a road to 200,000. 200,000. Let's push for this week. Let's try and push for this week and try to get the channel to get 200,000 subscribers. And on YouTube, for those who might want to subscribe to us, please, you'll see our channel has over 195,000 subscribers. So for those who might say, hey, I've been checking the Swahili Nation, there's no other Swahili Nation, but this is the correct one. And you will see Mika there, you will see a lot of videos, and even a lot of previous videos, other live streams that we did last year, and even yesterday's live stream where Mika was here talking about the year of action 2022. So go and watch those things. If you've missed it, go and watch them. Sometimes watch them in sequence. Watch 30 minutes, be busy with something, or just let it run. Let the audio be playing or the video there while you're working, making some bread, making some money, and or studying or whatever you're doing, Try to multitask. Sometimes you really want to be with us, but business is calling you, or your work is calling you, or your studies are calling you, whatever you're busy with, So always just maybe listen, and why not look at the whole video? And so do that. Do that. So join us, family, tonight. I can't wait to be with you, and I can't wait to hear your comments as well. And I will be sharing the live the stream, the link very soon. And what have you been up to? Maybe sometimes before you get into serious topics, how has your day been? Sometimes all people want to know is, how have you been? Or how have you been? What have you been doing? What have you been planning so far in this new year? Have you been resting? What have you been to? What have you been doing, family? Drop those comments there. What have you guys been doing? What have you been doing? And yes, as you can see, this is our channel. So please, this is the only Swahili, the real Swahili Nation channel. Please subscribe to it. Don't subscribe to anything that has less than 195,000 subscribers. So this is the real channel, the real one, the real Swahili Nation channel. Please subscribe to this channel on YouTube and just go through it. And there's lots of videos, a lot of videos, reactions, jam-packed videos. Even the live streams that we did last year, the protests, go through those things and just check them out, and you'll be really shocked. Some of the live streams, they were done by people, just normal people, normal people, and people who just took their time. They volunteered to assist and to highlight issues, you know. So uh so family, please join and be part of us, and let's get the movement rolling. And we need to hear you. We need to hear your comments. We need to hear your knowledge. And again, I would love to invite people that have are knowledgeable or X subject matters and stuff, things like in your field. If you're not, you're a doctor, and there's something you really want to highlight and teach us as people here in the continent and in the diaspora, please contact us on One Africa Official at gmail.com. And yeah, just come and be our guest and share whatever topic that you feel we need to be aware of, or a lot of people need to know of. If you're in business as well, please contact us. And if you've got a proposal, you've got a presentation that you want to share with the rest of the community and the people, please contact us, and via email. I know some people say, what is your number? And so yeah, contact us on our email, oneafricaofficial@gmail.com. That's the email address that you can contact us for any inquiries or any suggestions as well. And contact us. Let's talk. And okay, I'm just gonna share this email address here. Those who don't know the email address, just share the email address where you can contact us and talk to us about anything. Wow. This is our email where you can contact us, and then we can set a slot for you that you can come in, talk about anything. And I already see some people are interested. Please drop us an email of whatever topic you want to talk about, and then we can prepare a slot and time for you that you can come in and speak to us. And remember, there's a lot of people out there, and I see there's somebody who's already interested in coming on the show that I know is a regular here. Marie Antoinette, please drop us an email. Send us an email. That's our email address, and we can set up time and then come and speak up about the eye problems. Yes, health is one of those things that are very important. As they say, health is wealth. So if you've got good health, you're way better than somebody who has money and sick. Even if you have the money and you're buying oxygen, that's not wealth. You're not enjoying your wealth. But when you have money or any kind of resource, but you've got good health, your good health is your first line of defense. It's your first wealth that God has given you, you know? That's your first wealth. Your card that you carry that I'm wealthy, before the money, before other things that you can show us. But if you've got good health, good health is wealth. That's your first ticket. You can say, I've got good health. Then the money, when the money comes, you're in good health. It's even better to enjoy your success with good health. So, but also for us to know about health or how to take care of ourselves, we need people like Marie Antoinette. You know, I'm just gonna put you on the spot right there. Come and teach us how to take care of our eyes. Maybe we keep on, you're messing our eyes. Come and talk about eye problems that a lot of people are affected by. Even our old people in Africa that struggle with cataract and all those things. Come and teach us on how we can go about it, and how we can also even highlight it in Africa, because there's a lot of old people who cannot see, but it's just a simple operation where they can change cataract and they can have their vision back, you know. So come and teach us, Marie Antoinette. I challenge you, please, tonight, send us an email or join the live stream, and then you can share your email. Then we can have we can contact you and set up time where you'll be available to join us. And everybody, I know somebody is an expert on something, even if you're not really an expert, but you think there's something that you want to share, either or about your country, about something, something. Maybe you're a plumber, you know how to plumb, something that you think you want to share. Come. You're a student. Come. Let's talk about student issues in colleges and universities. Come, let's talk. Man, it's just so many things. I wish I could, but yeah, family, I'm just going to share the link, and you can join us. And even Muhammad Adam, you can come and join us, brother. You're a journalist. Come, let's talk. It's nice to have journalists. It's nice to even learn from journalists. And I know you've got other views, but come and join us. And that's what this is the platform that you've created, and it'll be great to hear everyone's comment. Come. If you're doing business, we don't care how. Doesn't have to be the biggest business, or come. If you've got a small business, you've got an Airbnb, you've got a hotel, lodge, you're selling on the street, you're whatever. Come, let's talk. What are the challenges of doing business? Because that's still business. Doesn't matter the size. We really need people in business. We need people in politics. We need people in education. We need every sphere, every place, every part of society needs to play a role in this continent, because that's the only way this continent can really grow and uplift everyone out of poverty. So welcome. And please join us. I've just shared the link again. Let's talk, family. And as you all know that tonight, we know that His Excellency yesterday, he talked about a year of action. So there's no action without a plan. And what is the plan for Africa? What is our plan of action in 2022? What is our plan of action? What do you think we should be focusing on? What should we be doing in this year? And how do we really jumpstart our economies to start growing again and get society working, getting youth working, getting youth active in other things, instead of our youth trying to run away from their continent or even their countries, trying to look for greener pastures? How can we make Africa green for young Africans to build and contribute and feel that they are part of this continent, So how do we bring hope? How do we bring hope to the continent? How do we bring hope to the young people? How do we bring hope to society in this year? How do we do it? How do we do it, family? How do we do it? How do we do it? And yes, let's go. I want to hear your comment. 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 I want to hear your comments. Oh, okay. I see there's a lot of wow. Okay, Africa must unite. I see a lot of comments are coming in. Wow. I see Afro the beat. I'm from South Africa. I see you asking where I'm from. I'm from South Africa. I'm in the continent. I'm here. I'm nowhere else but here. And okay, I think somebody also, Chrissy as well. Welcome, Chrissy. Nice seeing you here. And I see a lot of people, familiar names and some familiar people there. Maria Antoinette, as I always see you, always glad to see you. And please, Maria Antoinette, join that link. I just need to have your email address, and then, or just send us an email address on oneafricaofficial@gmail.com, and then we can think of a day and time where you are available, and we can put a time there that you can come in and discuss. And for some people that have been following us last year, we also did another show about health, and we're talking about pregnancy and midwife, all those things, how to handle, how as men, how to support our women when they are pregnant, all those things, all those things. So come. We need more topics. We need more people to come and share. You know, I know politics plays a big role in Africa, but it's not the only thing. Because what if we fix the politics, but we have not fixed our health? Somebody might say the politics affects everything, but everything must be ready. When the politics we get our politics right, our health should also be aligned and ready and having plans. If we're getting our politics right, we need all the plans, roads, education, schools, all those things need to be planned as well. So once we get those things, it will be easy to implement once every field is also ready. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And now, thank you. Like, share, sub, please, like, share, sub. Again, wow, Nova Junior, peace for Ethiopia. The plan for this year, peace for Ethiopia. Wow, we pray for peace in Ethiopia. We pray for peace in the whole continent, that the continent will be peaceful and this continent will grow. That's the first thing that we need, peace for this year, that no country will go into war, and where there's wars will end. That's a powerful thing there. Peace for Ethiopia, peace for the African continent. As you know, Ethiopia is the home, is the mother, as they said. Biggie and others have said that Ethiopia is the mother of Africa. It's the headquarters of African Union. Is there, and so it is playing a big. It is a significant country, and it is a big country. For those who don't know, check Ethiopia out. For those who don't know about Ethiopia, Google them, search this beautiful country, and its people, its culture. There's so much to learn. Check other countries as well. Eritrea, Somalia, South Sudan, Kenya, Tanzania, DRC. Search all these continents. Even if you just take 5 minutes of your time to just learn about one African country, just 5 minutes, doesn't really take you long. Just learn about one African country that you think, wow, this is what I need to learn. Because the only way Africans can also unite in doing things is when we start learning about each other's cultures and how to help one another. Because once we know how other cultures are, we will not judge them from afar, and we'll know that how should we approach them, how do we talk with them. So there's a lot of things that we need to learn about each other as Africans. So please give your time every day, learn about one African country. It's just something for 2022, and say, I want to learn about Tanzania. I want to learn about that land. What's happening in the land of His Excellency, the former President Julius Nyerere. You know, there's a lot of great leaders that you also need to learn history. So, yes. So learn about one African country as something that one should really take for this year. Learn something about your continent. Let's learn something about our continent, you know. So yeah, and I see some people again. One of them was peace for Ethiopia in 2022. Alexis, I think Alexis, you've not really been joining us. Alexis, I know, okay, but I think maybe you must just go through some of the videos. You'll see there's a lot of faces. I know there's a lot of faces, but anyway, Mulliken, we're doing good, brother. We're doing good. Here was a wow. Okay, wow. Alexis, you're a forensic scientist. Please, join us. And as I said, Those who know, who have something they want to share, send us an email. Send us an email on oneafricaofficial@gmail.com. oneafricaemail.com, and then we can have a discussion and see what we can do. And let's see. A lot of people are commenting. Just going through the comments from top, going down, because I had missed some of them. And wow, let's see. Wow, okay, psychological strong. Okay, let's see how it goes. So for those who didn't watch yesterday's program, His Excellency was here. Mika was here last night. For those who missed the show, go to the channel. The live stream is still on. It's still there. Go watch it and just hear him out about Africa's plan. I mean, the year of action for 2022, and I kind of learned a lot. I also missed out a lot. I had to do catch up with watching, and watch. Some of the things you might not watch immediately, but watch after the show. Sometimes that's where you pick up a lot of things. So go and watch those channels. I mean, those programs. And yesterday's program, a year of action, and the topic is the year of action. We have to be brutally honest. So yeah, and watch other videos. And he also shared a video where he grew up, where Mika grew up. For some people, they see him here shining and stuff, but go through that channel and see some of those videos that are there that you can catch up on. Yesterday and the day before, there was some videos that he loaded, and he had also a Happy New Year message. So go watch those things and other videos that we had done just before the year started, 2022, 2021. Go watch those videos and you'll learn a lot. There's a lot of people from different fields who came, shared. There's a lot of videos. Go watch them. And come and join us. And sometimes we can even have time where we can critique some of the things that we did last year and even correct us where we might have maybe not really said something with facts, but come and critique us, come and share and correct us. We are open for correction. We are not just here to emphasize and put our points across and as the only truth. No. That's why you're here, to also help us to grow and learn. So please come. Join us. And it'll be interesting to see that to hear Alexis. If possible, you can come tonight. Just touch on base on what you're talking about, because I see there's a lot of things that you're raising on the comment section. And it would be nice to hear from you. The topics that discussions that we might have with you. Okay. And wow, I see my brother, Rich Francis, a brother from St. Kitts. For those who don't know, also Google some of the countries in the diaspora, like in the Caribbean, especially like Jamaica, St. Kitts, Dominican Republic, Cuba. There's so many countries, Bahamas, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana. There's so many islands where our people are. You need to go and Google them, search them, go for holidays even to those countries. And also, another thing is we need to support each other's tourism. We need to support each other's countries, visiting each other to know about our continent, because it doesn't make sense for one to leave. There's so many beautiful countries in our continent that people can go and visit and really enjoy themselves. There's really beautiful places, beautiful islands as well. Go to Seychelles if you've got money. Go to Reunion Islands. Go to Comoros. Go to Mauritius. Mauritius is a very beautiful island. It's a very beautiful country just here in our continent. Madagascar is there as well. Go to Zanzibar in Tanzania. It's very beautiful. Visit those places. Visit those places. You know, those places are way beautiful than sometimes visiting a big city, maybe in Europe. You know, visit those countries. Let's visit each other's countries. Let's visit each other's countries. Let's visit each other's countries. And if you want to leave the continent, visit Brazil, visit Cuba, visit St. Kitts. Our brother Rich is from St. Kitts Island. For those who don't know, there's an island called St. Kitts. Some people might not even know it. They might know Jamaica, for example. But visit those countries as well. And let's make sure that we support each other. There's many places here in our continent. Visit them. Let's visit them. Let's visit them. Let's break the barriers. Let's remove the stereotypes that are out there about our places, our countries. Let's visit. There's so many places to enjoy. So let's start here. Let's start here. Let's start spending money here in our continent before even rushing. That's what I'm saying. There's so many beautiful places. There are many beautiful places than Dubai. For me, Dubai is just a city. It's just skyscrapers and shopping. But they've made it something for tourism purposes. They've invited businesses, but there's other places where you can really enjoy. When I say you want to go and rest, they are here. Go to Mauritius. Can spend even less than what you spend in Dubai. Go. There's many places that you can go. I know. Visit them. Visit those places. Visit Mozambique. There's nice beaches in Mozambique as well. Visit Malawi. Visit. Oh man. This. Man. This is what we need to start planning for. Visiting our own places. That's one of my plan of action. I will be visiting some countries in my continent in this year. So for those who don't know, I will be visiting more countries. So it's also a challenge to everybody to visit. And those who are in America, UK, come and visit, come and spend holidays here in Africa. Go and visit some nice places. Come and rest. Come and rest. Come and enjoy. There's many places to invest even your money in, property, real, whatever. It's here. It's here. So visit, invest as well. Visit and invest. That's my wish and my plan for this year. I want to invest. I want to know which countries where we can put money and invest in. If your country is attractive, come and tell us and say, hey, my country, we've got this. If you're interested in coming and investing, let's talk. Africans also need to talk about business. It's not always about politics. We need to talk about business, or else we'll forever be crying that, oh, the Asians are here, so and so is here, he's building this. We also need to talk business amongst ourselves. And the strength in most people that are coming to the continent is because they are united when they are coming here. They unite to do business. They unite for anything they want to come and do here. They unite and say, we're coming to do this. And they approach our governments, and our governments, they need those investments. They need the youth working. They will open doors for them. So we also need to do the same. Also need to play our part and say, we also want to invest in real estate. We should not shy away and just let others do this. If you are in America, you're doing business and you're doing well, you want to put some money in Africa, there's 54 countries, not one country. There's no one country where you can do, but there's so many. If one fails, go to another. Or if you feel that country is not worth your money, go to another country. So come, this is what I think should be our plan of action. We need to invest. We need to build. We need to do so many things. We have so much and so many things to do. So it will be interesting to hear you out as well tonight in terms of what you think we should be focusing on and what is the plans, and even your own plans. If you think you've got other plans that Africa should really be doing or preparing themselves to do. So please, let's do that. And just want to welcome my brother from St. Kitts, Brother Rich.
Yes, brother. How are you, man? Happy New Year, man.
Good, brother. It's good to see you. It's good to be with you here, brother.
Yes, good to see you too, man. I remember forward ever, backward never. It's a 2022 now,
Yeah, man. Last saw you last year, brother. I know it's just a couple of hours, a couple of days, and I'm like last year.
Of course, man. Man, this year we have to be all in. I told you guys before, they took away our 2020 vision in 2020 with all this crazy madman Donald Trump business that they had going on here. And then this lockdown. Do you know how many Africans were trying to travel back home to Africa when they had this lockdown?
Hmm.
They have us in a permanent consumer base, brother, and they don't want to share the resources of this earth with us. They know that we're gonna organize either way. It's only a matter of time, whether it take 10 years or 10,000 years, it gonna depend on us. But they know that we're gonna unite again. So they're trying to put everything in our way to stop us. Just what you'll see. They'll come up with another variant just now. I wait
Exactly. They're planning, eh?
Yeah, waiting for the Queen Elizabeth variant because that a real dangerous variant there. That one. That's a variant that we need to get rid of. I'm telling you, we need to rid the earth of that variant, man. That variant are causing most problem. I tell you, brother.
True, bro.
Listen, listen. Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you. African
Yeah.
people, our biggest problem is not the damn virus that they put in front of us. That's not our biggest
Hmm.
problem. We're gonna survive that shit. We shut this. Oh, sorry. Oops. I didn't mean to say that word. But we will survive this. It's just because people over in the continent surviving things that I hear is worse. I mean, some of us over here are surviving things I hear that is worse too. Like in Flint, Michigan, what's happening there with the water? That's even worse than COVID. Like that's supposed to be a state of emergency for that city, but it's not, right? So that's not our most important thing. They're trying to stop us um from the inevitable because it's inevitable. We want our land back. We want peace, and we want our needs met. We don't want to be in a permanent consumer base where we always have to be buying from people and not producing anything, and all this kind of nonsense that they have us in useless competitions with our brothers, only to go back to work the next day and give your time for money again. Time is more valuable than money.
Exactly.
Way more valuable. And you know what? And you're gonna leave here too. So let me tell you guys my notes for while we're waiting here about actions for 2022. We have to build a database of our academics, those who are willing to relocate and those who are willing to contribute to solving problems. Like I just heard that person in the comment section, Alexis, says she study what did she say she study again? He uh something you say he studied criminal something, some investigation business. But all of those people, we need to gather, we need to know where our people are. They're scattering us. They're scattering us, and they're keeping us scattered so that we can unite and do the things that we wouldn't be able to do when we are just our individual self. This is going to take more than individual people. This is going to take a whole group. It's going to take, as I told you guys, it doesn't have to be everybody, but we need enough so that we tip the scale. We need enough people who are willing to relocate, who are willing to contribute what they went to school for over here, or even over in the continent, to contribute to our people on a whole. Next thing is that we need to do a poll. We need to do a poll of our people and find out what are our 5 most urgent concerns. 5 most urgent concerns of the people, not as individuals or as countries are those things. We need a poll of all of us concerns, all of us. And the third thing is we need to sort of create a government within our governments, a government that cross borders among ourselves. We are intelligent enough. We don't need adult supervision. We are adults. You don't need no training wheels. We know how to ride. We know how to survive. Because that's what we've been doing here all this time. So we need to kind of like build a organization like an umbrella organization that will see over all of these concerns that our people have, and also be able to update them on these concerns as well. Like a control panel. We have to be like a control panel. This can be done with people who studied computer programming or computer science, or even those who good at it and they didn't study it. We can build these systems. That's a system that we can build for now until we grow to a certain extent where we can actually put the system into place in a more in a stronger way, where it won't be tampered with and it won't be like it won't be broken down so easily. So we need to know we need to know where each other where each other are. We need to know where we are. We need to know what we did. Like, I'm gonna tell you guys this over and over again. You'll get tired of me. I know somebody is gonna hear me on the other side of this voice and the other side of the speaker. I'm gonna be like, maybe I have a friend who know computer programming or study computer science or something like this, you know. But we need to build this, man. We need to build this. We can't wait anymore. Like right now, we need to start right now. I mean, I already working on something for the past 8 years. I think this year I'm gonna be able to show you all. I'm hoping. Even today I was working on it with one of my friends them. But this is the most important thing, brother. This is the most important thing, because if we try to do anything by ourselves, we get crushed easily. If we try to lead, have one leader for movements, they know what to do. They're gonna strike the shepherd and the sheep gonna scatter. That's all they're gonna do. And they're gonna keep doing it. So we need to do those things because we have the technology, you know. We don't have to wait for anything else anymore. This is not like the days when writing and knowledge was just in books and they had the books locked up in their Catholic churches underground, all those kind of things, you know. Like, all the knowledge is out there on the internet. All the power we have, all the energy we need, we have it already. But we just need to organize intelligently. I would advise anybody who listening now, or anybody who on this YouTube, to go and read Marcus Garvey's papers. Them is the same thing he was saying. Intelligent organization, not just organization, not just to organize, but you have to organize intelligently. What this means is that we know where our people are. We know when we have to respond to some kind of incident that happened to them. Like, this is the reason why you can have an American getting killed, an American getting killed in somewhere else in the world, and the whole world have a day for them and holiday for them, and they have memories of them. They talk about them. They take it seriously. But when an African get killed in Italy, nobody hear about it. In the most brutal ways too, getting beat up and all type of thing. Getting beat to death, not even getting hit by a car or something, getting beat to death and these kind of things. That's because we're not organized intelligently. You know, Marcus Garvey said, when Marcus Garvey was here, Marcus Garvey said, when they lynch somebody in America, we're going to press the button over here and lynch one of them in Africa. That's what he had said. And that's not because he was a brutal person or whatever. That's because he understands the importance of intelligent organization and the language of pain and economics. There's only so much we can take when somebody beating you, you know. When somebody beating you into submission, you know, there's only so much time you can say ow, ow, ow until they kill you. You understand? And when we can defend ourselves, when we can organize intelligently, then this is gonna keep happening over and over. So 2022, we don't have no excuse. We shouldn't have no excuse. We already have the technology. We already have the knowledge. Some of us going to school 10 years still and still going. But we're going to school so long for if we're not contributing to our people. No sense, man. It don't make no sense. As afterwards, we're in useless competition with our brothers and our sisters over here, selling our time for some piece of paper with the queen face and it her ugly face. You need to keep off of keep from around. Like we need to get out of this trap, brother. We need to get out of this trap. We need to break out of this. We need to break out of this, and we can't break out of this unless we organize intelligently. And anybody who's on this video who studied computer programming or computer science, I'm gonna drop my email again. Every time I come here, I'm gonna drop my email because this is important. This is not about us here in the present. We got to think about Africa. Not Africa 2063, you know. 2063 is nonsense. We're supposed to be starting this shit now and thinking about 2200, 2500. So we can make sure that when we plant seeds here, when we get children, our children them don't just here taking knockball from people who have nowhere to go, no country to respond to them. When something happened to them, they just basically here like vegetables. So we have to come out of this, man. That's the only way to do it. Intelligent organization and to cross borders. This organization must cross borders. So it must be something on the internet. Until we can do better, maybe we live to see our children shoot a satellite into space from on the African continent. Who knows? Maybe the heart of Congo. The technology is there, brother. Technology is there. Intelligent organization, brethren. Social economics, intelligent organization. Repeat those things every day when you go sleep. You're gonna remember me. So that's what I gotta say.
Thank you very much, Rich, for intelligent organization. It's a right. That term is something else. I'm just trying to even process it and trying to break it down. Intelligent organization. Just before I go to, I want to welcome to Niger. But to Niger, before I come to you, just something about St. Kitts, brother Rich. You know, I'm trying to also advocate people coming to the Caribbean and visiting more island countries there. Something of interest that we should know of it about St. Kitts, or what's trending in St. Kitts in this new year or currently, whatever.
Well, I don't know. I know that the African presidents them has been making a lot of connections over in the Caribbean. I think this is one of those places that they're making those connections, because I heard the president of Kenya recently said that they're making an airline that is like bypass that is gonna bypass all of these international rules that they have within Africa and outside of Africa where our people are. So this is a big move. But St. Kitts, man, what can I tell you about St. Kitts? Let me see. I think it was the French and the British who always used to battle for that country. It was colonized by more than one of them. Spanish, French, and the British constantly overthrowing each other to take over the small island of St. Kitts, because I think the land is very rich. Like they plant a lot of cane there, even though it's small. They plant a lot of sugar cane there. And so one thing before I go to Ezra, I saw somebody here in the chat say, some Bandira Desi, the person said, all African united, then all Black people will be respected. The weakness of African nation caused Black people in the USA to be victimized. Yes, but I'm gonna tell that person, here's the plan. Here's what the plan should be. We have to think about it like this. If we choose to think about it, right? What's happening is that our hands are tied. Africans on the continent and Africans outside of the continent. Think of them as two people, just two people. Now these two people are in a room, tied with their back turned towards each other. In order to get free, one person have to untie the other person first. And my theory is the Africans that are outside in the diaspora have to come back to the continent and untie the brethren there. When I say untie, I don't mean that you guys over there are helpless. We know that you're not helpless. We know that you guys are entrepreneurs. You guys are probably the best entrepreneurs in the world, because some of the conditions, some of the economic conditions there, it's a miracle that some of you guys survive this. So what I mean untie, I mean that you guys have the resources over there so that we can we over here who have the knowledge can come there and use those resources to turn them into products. We over here, we don't have no resources. We don't own nothing over here. So we don't have nothing to turn into products from raw materials. So first, we in the diaspora have to untie the brethren on the continent first. Then you guys in return must use these resources that we have to untie them, you know, them colonial boys over the Mediterranean. When we untie you from those guys with your resources, this is a big picture, big picture. You guys now have to come back and untie us. See? One person have to untie the other first, and then the other person who got loose untie. But it can't be built, it can't be done without intelligent organization. This is what Marcus Garvey was doing when he bought that ship. He was using all of the people that was in the diaspora and sending them back there, some of them, sending them back there to try to build a new place in Liberia. Yeah, in Liberia. Marcus Garvey, when he had his ship wasn't only for products, you know. Ship was also to take people back to the continent because of the pressure and the stress and the violence that they was facing over here. He said, Africa for Africans, those at home and those abroad. And that's what Liberia was supposed to become. But then Liberia became I don't know, a drug trafficking area, you know. But these things happen because we're not organized intelligently. So in order for the untying to happen, the first thing that has to be done is that we have to build a database. We have to build a database. We have to build a control panel for our people. These days, tech companies are overthrowing governments. Tech companies are the new government because there are systems that could function by themselves with a couple thousand people maybe managing them. So we need to build a database, brother. We need to build a database. I can't put enough emphasis on it. We need to build something. There's enough of you out there who've been to school, who study computer science. Don't go work for them Facebook boy. Come out of them places, man. You when the Bible said, come out of her, my people. Come out of her, my people.
I think...
Go ahead.
I was saying, I think the perception and the mood, or the, how do I put this? Like the way things have been set up, or people when they're coming into like an IT field, most of them come in with the mindset, because they already know the global companies that are dominating. People are like, I want to go to Google, I want to go to Microsoft. That's a dream job. You know, those are the people where they get stuck.
It irritates me. It irritates me so much. I'm gonna tell you guys something that I contemplated on. It's called a unit of measurement. Okay, your unit of measurement. I'm sure I told you guys this already. You see, when we look at Bill Gates, we see something better than ourselves. But the real thing is, these people are beneath us because they don't have nothing without the people who they think that contribute nothing to this world. Where they're getting all the uranium and all the cobalt and all them things to build those systems that they're building. Is Africa they're getting it from. These people are nothing, Virgin. When you go to school, when you go to university, you must already know what you are going to do. You must already know what you want to contribute to this earth and to your people. You must already know. You can't just go to school blind. Because when you go to school blind, you hear the teacher then come talk to you about, oh, why don't you go work for Facebook? Man, if I knew what all adults end up here, I would have said something, you know. Like F Facebook, man, F Twitter, F all of these things, man. They're useless to us. I'm telling you. So the unit of measurement, right? I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna finish right now. Okay. So let me tell you guys something. What we are seeing in our communities, right? In our neighborhoods, because the communities, when you have things going on, a neighborhood is just like when you run into and you're fighting and you're getting killed and all type of things. and you're buying from Chinese and the Japanese and the Americans, and you can't find one black person to buy from. So what happened in our community, in our neighborhoods, is that these are the bottom line is, the common denominator is that these are just patterns of behavior. When you step on another black person's shoes and they pull out a gun and try to kill you, these are just patterns of behavior. Because people are not born thinking when you step on their shoes, they have a right to kill you. So where are these patterns of behavior coming from? These patterns of behavior are coming from what people value. See, the reason why we get up 9 o'clock every morning to go to work is because we value what comes from getting up 9 o'clock, going to work every morning. So then these things cause patterns of behavior. The value is the money that you're getting from getting up at 9 a.m. to go work every morning. Then behind this value is what I call unit of measurement. Because without a unit of measurement, you can't value anything. Without kilometers, you can't know how fast you're going. Without height, you can't know how, without meters, you can't know how high you are, or some other unit of measurement they use to measure these things. And then, but in order for us to get back to change the patterns of behavior, we have to change the unit of measurement. This means that when we think about Bill Gates and Microsoft and Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and these people, we must not think of them as places where we want to be, places we want to go. We want to think of them as what value they give us. If they don't give us any value, they're useless to us. And they don't give us any value, so they're useless. In order to change these patterns of behavior, you have to change the unit of measurement. The unit of measurement can only be changed when you produce what you consume and you consume what you produce. So the people in Flint, Michigan, who are drinking that water filled with lead is because they're not producing what they're consuming. Why somebody could throw lead in the water and think that it's okay. So we have to be able to produce what we consume and consume what we produce. And even if we have some leftover, we can sell it. But unless we can control what we eat, where we sleep, where we work, you know what, all those things, then we're going to be trapped in this right now. So we have to change the unit of measurement. The unit of measurement must be changed. And intelligent organization only. Intelligent organization and social economics. You guys, I'm going to leave you with that. Go read Marcus Garvey's papers. He talk about this in his papers all the time, especially his message to the Panama people, where he was discussing how it was Africans who built the Panama Canal. So, the Panama Canal is not something that is natural, It was Africans who built that thing, And he was saying, now that the Africans built that thing and they have no use for them, they don't want them to participate in what profit it brings. That's what Marcus Garvey was telling them in the papers to the Panama people. So intelligent organization, Bridget, I'm gonna leave you guys there because I know some of you want to come in and talk too. So
yeah.
But Bridget, just remember, social economics, intelligent organization. Social economics, intelligent organization. Just repeat those things. You'll see what I mean eventually.
Thank you very much, Brother Rich. I just want to welcome to Niger. I know he's been waiting. I know Biggie is also here, and another person, Madara. But for now, I'll go with To Niger first, and then I'll come to Biggie. To Niger.
Hi, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, brother. How are you? It's been a while.
Fine. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, festive season and all. Yeah. Thanks for having me. Yeah. What is is there any specific stuff you want us to discuss on today, or I can just go with anything I want to say for the year?
Yeah, what you think of the year? What should we put our focus on? Any plans from your side? Maybe you're bringing you're gonna be building a city there in Abuja or Kanu or somewhere in Niger. I don't know, brother, or even in Ethiopia. Maybe you bring a city somewhere in one of the cities in Africa. What have you planned, brother? And what do you think we should be focusing on?
I think okay. Now you put me in a bit of a negative mood, but first of all, let me see the thing about the city thing. The thing about the city thing is that I feel like when people keep talking about building new cities, it's like we've built cities before, haven't we? We have cities on the ground, and there's no need inventing new cities. Put things inside the cities. Build ultra world-class hospitals, healthcare centers inside the cities. Build great infrastructures inside the city. Make the cities that we have now greater than they are. Because there's no point in reinventing the wheel when we have so many cities that are not equipped with the best tools. And there are so many things that our people are lacking that you can build in those cities. And this is my criticism, my only criticism to some of all these new cities that everybody seems to want to build. It's like, use whatever you already have on the ground. It's more efficient. There's no real reason spending that extra resources building a new city when you have a city already that you can enhance further with all the world-class amenities that it will save you money instead of, founding a new town, everything electricity you have to supply to that new town. So that said, anyway, regarding the year, if I'm going to wish for one great thing for this year is that silencing the guns on the continent. If they can accomplish that, I will consider that one of the greatest achievements we've achieved since the beginning of, the fall of the colonization, and this is a wrap up when they started wrapping up their colonization, because that is because I see that as a part to creating a form of organization like NATO. The reason why that is because if you silence the gun on the continent, you have to silence it with teeth. You can't just say, "Oh, silence the gun," and everybody sings "Kumbaya" and go home. Because somewhere along the line, somebody's going to try to break that truce, and somebody has to hold whoever breaks the agreement accountable.
Hello.
Hello. Can I join that conversation?
I think that's the biggest call. Continue, sorry.
I thought I was part of it. What can I say? So the idea was that if anybody tries to break the truce, there will be teeth to hold them accountable if a silencing the gun agreement was reached on the continent, which means if anybody on the continent attacks anybody else, they will be held accountable. Can you imagine if somebody from outside attacks any country in Africa then? So, in other words, it's a roundabout way of creating an African defense organization to defend the continent. And I think if they can achieve that, just like they managed to get the free trade agreement through, that will be a massive step forward for Africa. Because everything else we put together then is more likely to come to fruition. Obviously, they probably will need some kind of example. They have to set an example with somebody, because you always have people that want to break the rules. And if they try to break the rules, you set an example with them. It will mean that Africa will be seen as a continent that doesn't want fighting. It's zero tolerance from fighting each other. And that will invite a lot of people from returning. All the people that have left Africa, do you know how many? Millions upon millions have left the continent. They will start returning back if they feel there is a system for preventing instability. And the investment that they will bring, the expertise they will bring back home, is going to see a transformation of that continent. And it's a simple move, but it's not going to be easy. But if we can achieve it, it's going to put us in a very, very different posture from what we have been in the last 60 years. If you take into account that if anybody wants to come into the continent to cause any trouble, instigate any conflict, it's impossible to instigate conflict because it's going to be useless. Africans are going to stamp on that and kill the conflict. So you have to change tactics then. And this is why I think that move is going to be heavily kind of lobbied against by outside interests. They are going to do everything they can to divide us from doing that. Because let's not mince words. If the North African countries sign up to that deal, That if they sign to that deal and they are bound by that deal, that is a powerful agreement, because the Northern African countries, you can say whatever we like about them, militarily they are not as weak as the Black African countries. So that brings a lot of muscle in there, and the Black African countries will also up their game in the process, and that will make a big difference in our lives. I really think, you know, simple things like this, it sounds like it's not connected to everything else, but yet it is, because even I will feel more at home on the continent if I knew that, you know, no regime is just going to come and cause trouble between tribes and stuff like that, and fights break out in countries without control, and for months it just goes on and on. If you live in a continent that nothing like that happens, you will see progress, you know, beyond what we can imagine. You know, it's really going to make a difference. There is also the project that they have for the common passport. We need to be putting, you see, that's another thing. We need to be putting pressure on these people to do them, because I think they've already laid the foundation. Now we are just telling them, okay, you lay the foundation. Okay, where is it? Come on, get it done. We don't need to convince you about the idea anymore, because you have already gone ahead to put the idea in place. We need it. You know, get on with what you've said you're going to do. Put your muscle where your pen is, and put your this in passport what that you've already agreed in place. If you want the common passport, put it in place. If you want to silence the gun, put it in place. So at the end of this year, for one, that I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to be too ambitious and talk about the common passport, but that silencing the gun one, if they can get it done, and if we make that a common priority, because this stuff that happened in Ethiopia will not happen. We will not need the no more movement if that one policy was in place. And I think if we push that as a common agenda, it's going to make a massive difference on the continent. What the previous speaker said, I just wanted to touch on that when he said something about, you know, two people tied up in opposite direction. It's very interesting, because I've wrestled with that point too, whether who unties the other one's hands first. It's a tricky one, isn't it? I think both sides will have to figure one way, a way out to do it. And because I think the diaspora is very important in this calculation. I think the biggest importance they can offer to Africa, if you ask me, is diplomatic cover, shield. Because if you are a member of a club or a gang, whatever you want to call it, and the gang is about to go and attack your family home, yeah, but one of the first person will tell you, hey, hold on there. I know somebody there. Come on, let's go to the next door neighbors or something. You see what I mean? So our diaspora, they are out there. They are in many of these countries, and they can dissuade, they can change minds, they can put pressure. As a matter of fact, they can literally bring countries to a standstill. They are not small in number. In Brazil, they are massive. In America, they are massive. 40 million strong, and they have been there from the beginning. And if they say, you know what, give Africa space, stop messing with Africa, allow them to carry on with their silencing the gun policy without threatening them, allow Somalia to carry on with its business without threatening them, allow Ethiopia to do what they want to do without threatening them constantly. You see what I mean? That diplomatic cover. If they can provide that diplomatic cover, you will see Africa start flourishing. Because remember, America is so powerful that it's stronger than European countries put together. So if they can pull their weight, if they pull their weight in America and say, you know what, don't mess with this continent because they are important to us too. And Africa too is strong on its own because we are moving forward in our. We are not trying to attack anybody. All we are doing is let us do our own thing. Let us secure our borders and make sure that our systems run healthily without people tearing each other up because of tribal differences. You know, nobody wants to fight anybody that wants to do that. So it's a noble cause, and our people in the diaspora will be happy to join such a cause. And there is no reason why we cannot succeed. We have the numbers, we have the locations, and we have the will. It's just a matter of implementing some of all these things. And this is why that is my greatest wish for this year, because I am tired. I am really tired of seeing the fall of regimes, instabilities, protests, wars, I'm tired of seeing it on the continent, and I think that is a priority. You can build whatever you want to build, but it's easy to tear down. It can happen in months. You'll be surprised what human beings are capable of doing when they want to destroy. And this is why I'm tired. You look at Ethiopia, 2-3 years ago, I was one of the proudest people to hear about how Ethiopia is flourishing, building industries. They have this in free trade zones that the Chinese they are one of the fastest growing economies. And then you get this. We can't have that. We really can't have that. This generation of Africans deserve no less. We can't be having this nonsense happen constantly. They are one of the youngest generations in the world, one of the youngest groups in the world. They have so much energy, so much to offer in this world. We can't have conflict wreck their future too, like it does wreck the futures of so many before us. And it's up to this generation to make sure they get that in place. They've already put it in the document. Let them action it. And I really wish our people put energy behind that. Because this is what I mean. You put minimal energy to generations in the world. You put minimal energy to achieve a lot more. You go where the lever is already moving in your direction. Use that. Because if you start convincing people from scratch, you would know that would be harder, isn't it? But when they're already convinced, now it's a matter of putting muscle behind them and passion behind them and the will and belief to let them know that we are all behind you. Go ahead and get this and make this happen. And I think if they make that happen at the end of this year, you will see the transformation of that continent. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Niger. Always have insightful info and thought-provoking questions. And I just want to welcome Biggie. And after Biggie, Sarah.
Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody else that is listening and commenting. I see a lot of great things moving. I can see, I think it's the beginning of the year. The awesome thing is that 2021, maybe we missed most of the action that we may be able to do, and some of them being accomplished as we speak. We have the war in Ethiopia. Ethiopia is really going to prevail. Eventually, we're going to get everything under control. The 1 million exodus of diaspora going to Ethiopia is going very well. In fact, I just spoke to one of our followers. He was right in the middle. He said, "This is incredible." He said, he's been going back and forth in the country every year, or maybe twice a year sometimes. But he said he'd never seen anything like it. That is like people, the way they welcome each other and the way they are strong. And topic is to really get rid of this evil that's lingering around. And he said this power being together is just amazing. He said he never saw Addis Ababa to be the way it's really hamming right now. In fact, I just called him because he commented, and he sent us on WhatsApp. He sent us a thing and saying, "Wake up, wake up." He's talking to all Ethiopians, to all Africans, to really do what you got to do right for the continent. So in that aspect, Naja, you were talking about things that we can achieve. And what we can do. Okay, there's another thing that Francis Reggie said also. I'm going to collaborate between two of you and understand one from Naja. One thing that you said, something that we can achieve. I call them the low-hanging fruit. Okay, these low-hanging fruit that easily can be pursued. Okay, one of the things that I incorporate with this low-hanging fruit is what Francis said. We need, I've been screaming about that. Francis is screaming about it, is to have, if you can, Israel, can you show us just the African map? Just on the background, because we need to line up on what we want to see to transform Africa. Okay. Every African should have this map hanging somewhere in your house. Okay. And if you look at the map that is behind that right there, do you see any border on this one? I mean, literally, do you see any border? That one has a border, right? Let's go to the other, the globe map. It doesn't have a border. So we have to align our vision to this borderless, not this map, okay, that is shown right now, which is got the border, but the map behind it, okay? Because this is something that, the colonial map for me, okay, and to identify nations. But we should be aligned to visual because human beings by nature, we are visual, okay? We like things when you see something that you can really express so many things behind it. But if you limit yourself just to identify where the countries are, we're limited, okay? So our vision has to be a borderless Africa in your mind. The mind is a very tricky thing. If you look at a map that doesn't have no borders, you're always going to look into that borderless Africa. Okay. That will trigger different things. One, you're going to speak about it because day in, day out, you come out from your house, maybe it's in the bathroom, maybe it's in the living room, in your bedroom, in your office. You're always going to have that focus. Always. Because the minute you start making bread, a lot of things go out the window, let alone not having the map itself. For me, I have a borderless map. In fact, I'm going to take a picture of it. Actually, it's a borderless uh, uh, map that is sitting right in my living room. And every time I look at it, and I always think about different things that I can do to this borderless. I always imagine, okay, we got one leader that run the whole continent. How he's gonna get all the necessary information from all nations that are one now, and how's the government structure, constitution structure, military, economic, all that comes flooding my mind. So what happened to me is gonna be like, wait a minute, I'm never said I cannot do it. Never. There's always a way. Okay. So think about an isosceles triangle, a 60-degree 3D. Okay. Because when they build government, okay, they build it from the top down. Okay. So think about that triangle pointing up, and this is the way they do business all the time. Now, the African business, the way we're going to be thinking is the inverse. That means the cone is down, which start at the bottom. And as you build it, a 60-degree isolysis is 180 degrees. I don't know. Everybody knows about all the dimension that you're going to be putting on it. Then what you're looking at is what is the first thing we need to do? What is the first thing we need to do? The first thing we need to do, because Africa is not going to wait for me. Okay, I have to improvise, implement as life goes on. So the bottom line is the first thing that we need to understand is: are we united? Are we looking to be united in order to be part of this triangle? Okay. For me, as far as I'm concerned, everybody that's on this panel is ready. Everybody wants to see something different, a united Africa. Yes, we can accelerate some of it. We don't have to worry about it because it's going to take shape as long as we are doing certain actions. The first action, I'm going to go to Francis Ridge, that he said we need to build a database. Okay, this database will identify who are investing, who are the people that have muscle outside the nation. Like identify all the Western companies, identify all the EU, and as well, China, as well Russia, and identify all these companies that are working in your country. So now I'm going to start building a database. Who's working in my country? When I build that database, I identify company so and so is from US and they're here as an NGOs or are they part of the collaboration with the government? Identify who they are. Once you identify who they are, and then you associate them also, who, what else, other country in Africa, they're doing the same collaboration. So when they start failing on one, now understand, hey, so and so company and so entity is doing wrong in Ethiopia, is doing wrong in Tanzania, Cameroon. So when people talk about database, for me, I'm a guy that built database, and I've done several other company when it comes to my world, my telecom world, and I identify my vendors. So my vendors, I look at them, they perform for me, but at the same time, before I onboard them, I always identify whether they're qualified or not. Whereas as a reference, what did they work? What's the other company or the others think about this company coming into my company as vendor? So for me, all nations in Africa, anything that comes from the outside, they're all vendors. Okay. Then there's a little kick that they twist in it is that also in the geopolitics, they move and shake things. We identify that. So when we know that I identify my vendor and then I check them out on another database where this company has any incident, any uh, and anything that might jeopardize my mission. And I'll compare that. And if they're not flagged, then I give them a green light, okay, to operate. But if I don't have that information per se, whether they are in red or not, then I'm in trouble because I'm taking a pure luck to bring these vendors into the company and to participate in different projects. It's the same thing when it comes to our nation. We have to identify who is operating in your nation. Now you start building. In fact, there are information out there and the Chamber of Commerce and different other places who operates in the country. That identification and knowing who's operating, then you have to do a background check. And the background check doesn't come easy, right? Because you don't have anything built. You don't have any database built. Everybody is for his own self. Just like me in the telecom, I'm looking out for my company and having the vendor analysis. And as well, a country should do the same thing. But again, we got corruption because we let that corruption happen because we should investigate whoever is operating. So we didn't know that these guys really, the company, the incoming company, is corrupted already. So if they're corrupted, of course your country is going to be corrupted because they'll come up with the money to make sure they pass that microscopic background check. So we need to build strongly, or maybe in this panel, everybody knows what kind of shitty vendors are in your nation. But there's nowhere we can deposit that information, which is really an intelligence, and we need to build that. So when Ridge said database, the, people kind of sometimes, oh yeah, I can do this. Well, I don't know what are you saying. What I'm trying to say is the basics of information, basics. Identify who's operating in your country. When we put all this information together, we're going to start identifying the same offending company or entity that's coming in and out to divide us, to operate in different ways that is not a standard. And all that comes together, and we got something that we can start with. That information is going to be available to all nation leaders. Once they start depositing that information, anybody in the leadership, it can be economical, political, it can be anything. He can go in that database, which is supposed to be secured, by the way. It's not going to be Wikipedia that anybody comes in and change information, but this is going to be our own information. And that information should be available to our leaders. And if there's a question from any citizen, we should have a flag to it. Why is he questioning? Did he witness any shady work in there? So I want to see this year to have a deposit of information where we can really rely on that information with all what we have, because it's on the ground. It's already there. It's just a matter of understanding how they operate in your country. So we all are ambassadors to the African continent. So first, be African ambassador. You protect your country, and then you can protect the whole continent. So when we start practicing putting information, not something that because you don't like the company, but with fact-based database on how this entity is operating throughout Africa. So once we build this intelligence, that would be something that eliminates all corrupting or misuse, abuse of these companies that reflect on each nation. That gets deposited. Let's say Ethiopia is hiring or bringing an entity that operates in Nigeria. Now Nigeria is pissed off at them. They cannot work with them, and they have all this complaint on them. Guess what? If that information is deposited in the central deposit, Ethiopia will tap into that and look at it. You did wrong in Nigeria. Now you're not going to do me wrong. Or maybe we can do something else. It's like, you don't do this, don't do that, because this is your failure. If they accept, we can give them a try. But that's going to be my last resort. I'm not going to go to begin with. I'm not going to accept them. If they did something wrong in Africa, somewhere in another nation, we should be aware how these entities are operating. So I just want to emphasize, like I said, the low hanging fruit right now for us is to build this intelligence, this database, understand who's operating in your country, identify them. So we are right now at the bottom of the cone. Okay. Yes, everybody's screaming African Unite, but you have to have a plan, a program, action plan, and something that you're going to have a long-term goals. So the first thing is build this information system. We have to have our intelligence. Who's operating? Who's going to do good for my country? Because I cannot just hate the West and everything else, or I cannot just hate everybody. They're all going to be doing this. But let's be specific. What's going to benefit us this year? Who's going to be benefiting for each nation, and as well, what's their view in the whole African continent? So we need to do due diligence of interviews before we give them the green light coming into our country. Not just because I'm so and so, I'm I'm big and powerful, but you know, I know you're big and powerful, but I really want to know a lot about you. How did you operate? What's your policy? What's your mission? There's a lot of questionnaires that we can build on this database where they have to answer. If they don't answer it, so that means there's something they have hidden agenda. So I emphasize that we all focus into building this information system, and it should be public sometimes. There are certain things that you put public because you don't want them to reincorporate themselves in a different way. But if they come as the name of the company or entity, then we can flag them. So this is what I say. First, put the African map anywhere in your house. Anywhere. It can be it can be in your wallet, it can be on your phone, it can be on your screensaver. Just put that without the borders. Every time you look at the map, If you truly, truly, truly are African, you're always going to be meditating on it. You're always going to be focused. What can I help? Why is this picture? Because this picture is what you want to see. This picture is borderless. This picture, you see one Africa. And that, by putting our mind with our vision, I don't care how things comes, because they're all planned out that way, because you are really feeling the emotion for one Africa. And there's a lot of work to do. We're not going to be naive. We're not going to keep saying, okay, we're going to do this and that. No, we got to plan and have action. So that starts with ourselves. Our vision should line up. No matter what, the bottom line is one Africa. All this no more movement, we know what to say no more to. And everybody that's lining up to the same mission, to the same vision, we are better aligned than anything else in the world. And that's why I'm very adamant that we will prevail, but we need to do work. No work, don't expect something magical, but let's start at the bottom. Let's collect information. Information is the one that can make us or break us. If you use the wrong information, just like all these narratives that are out there, we're going to lose our battle. And this movement will die quickly if we don't participate, if we don't do something about it. Again, let's start by investigating and knowing who's operating in each nation. If everybody at least list the name of entities, as far as you know, it's a beginning. This is the start.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I agree with you. So you've said quite a couple of very good, many good points that you make. I mean, in the information age we live in today, technology can go a long way into holding accountability in the continent as well, so that this corruption. I mean, it's good. It's just the trajectory that's going to happen, because nowadays people everything will be recorded, will be seen, and all information can be unearthed, and it's up to people who want to proclaim or point out any wrongdoing to propagate this wrongdoing. But all information can be captured. And another thing that you said, in terms of the map, I think yes, it is due time that we do start looking more, looking at the world more like south, east, and west, looking at the world in that way, south, east, and west, rather than looking up north. Turning our heads towards that way as well. It goes a long way in the world. Sorry to interject, but I was waiting to burst. Yeah.
Thank you. That is also, if you really want to make $1 million, okay. I don't know if I'm trying to remember. Poor Daddy or Daddy something. Poor Daddy. There was a great writer. Actually, not even really great. He just put it in simple way. He said, if you really want to make $1 million, first know how to write it, and put $1 million posting on a dollar bill, and you post that in your in the living room, whatever your privacy, whatever you want to put in. And he said, just keep focusing, looking at it. I said, no, I'm gonna make this. Our mind is amazing what it can do. It has this. We're a spiritual thing. We're spiritual beings. So, and he put that, and eventually he achieved that by writing this book. By things were happening in his life, and at the same time he failed and failed, but he never gave up. He always had that $1 million written, I believe, on a dollar bill. And eventually he published this book, and it became very famous on your visualization. And they he created also part of the law of attraction. You attract things when you are in that visual sense of it. So a lot of like, I don't know if you heard about The Secret, anybody that's read that book, and how things comes is, again, I go back to your mind and emotion are in one. It says if they are peaceful in one, in you, you can drive and say, tell the mountain to move, it will move. That is biblical. But at the same time, there's things that have been proven, your visualization, and as well on what you want to achieve when it's lined up. Can you imagine all of us here that's collectively talking about this African Unite, One Africa, no more move? This is what is maintaining us. It can be one person also that's totally immersed and put this vision together and is holding us together right now. We're looking forward to get a greater Africa. So remember, your mind and emotion has to be together. Do not complain. You got to be selfless. You got to get rid of that ego, because when you get rid of the ego, all this tribalism, ethnicity, all that goes, because it's an ego stuff. And you have to be looking for the greater goods of humanity. And first of all, it comes you as being African. And as African, you put that effort, your vision, day in, day out. You keep that dream out there. I don't care how it's going to come, but it will come. But I just gave you a little action for all of you on this platform that are listening and are commenting. Get yourself a little African map, borderless, not identifying countries. Just put that, because that's your vision.
I hear you. I hear you.
Biggie. Thank you very much, Biggie. I'm gonna allow Madara, and then we go to Teacher Josie. Madara, welcome.
Well, hello, welcome. Hello everybody. Ezra, that's the name, isn't it? Ezra.
Correct.
I keep mixing you and Mr. E. Which one is which, and as well. So but fair enough. I listen to what everybody is saying instead. I'll get to find out later. And good to see you again tonight as well, and good to see you in good spirits. And I hope the holidays found you well.
Thank you. Yes. Same to you. I hope he found you well too.
Right. That's I've listened to what everybody said. In terms of action plans, how can I put this? It might be messy because I'm not very good at organizing my thoughts together as well. I'm looking at this at a high level point of view. What we have achieved in the past couple of years, in the past years that has passed, since this movement begun recently, what we have achieved, I think we have achieved a lot. And from what I had envisioned or what I have projected could happen in this situation, and things are from a high level point of view, things are transpiring that way as well, which is it's quite simple basically, which is we have demands and we're raising demands and we're raising concerns. We're becoming more aware. We're making a lot of our people become more aware of these issues, and our leaders are starting to pick up on it. They are starting to pick up on it, and to an extent, maybe I'm being too positive or naive here. Maybe I'm correct. To an extent, they're also starting to align themselves the same way and pander to our needs. When I say pandering, they could be pandering for their own benefit or they could be pandering for the good of all, right? But either way, we do want them to hear our demands and start acting upon them. So I have seen results in the sense that there's a lot of readers. In fact, they've implemented a plan of developing the market, creating a one market, but they realize that it's going to be difficult. So it's going to be difficult to do this all at once. So they realize that it's a good thing to operate from your next door neighbor to neighbor kind of relationship. So I'm seeing a lot of that happening. Ghana and Ivory Coast, Togo to an extent, cooperating together on a project, moving in unison. Senegal to Gambia to Guinea-Bissau and Guinea-Conakry working together on an energy plan. Southern African regions, I think they've had a bit better. They're moving in unison as well. East Africa is just the trailblazing in this region. I hope the Horn of Africa can recover and manage to move in unison. So they're moving very regionally, and in their little next door neighbor. They start in that way. And we want them to cooperate on major projects of infrastructure, infrastructures of scale like that. We want them to cooperate because that will be the reality that will enable the market to operate, to come into fruition. The market on a regional scale and the market on a perhaps a continental scale. I'm even seeing development happening. I didn't even know there was a huge plan to interconnect I didn't know there was such a plan to create such a huge road network to interconnect the whole continent, and everybody's doing their little bits as well. So, and I think they are hearing our concerns and they're hearing our feelings. So, from what we need to do from a high, it's just, I know I can hear you tonight. You said you're getting tired. I can hear you. I mean, we've been through a lot of battles as well, and that's something that I foresaw, that there will be detractors. And there will be detractors to kind of bring forth dysfunction and all that stuff into the atmosphere, into the media. And some of us might fall susceptible to it as well. But there will be those people that are pushing against what we get. But we have to infuse more energy into this, because we've made successes, and we want the politicians to move the way we want. We want them to do the right thing. And there is, from a low-level point of view, everybody has to know what they have to do on what they have to do individually. I'm not going to say too much about what I have to do for myself. I'm not for 2022. I have that in mind. But from a high-level point of view, I think we need to infuse. I want to suggest an idea that may necessarily help. I think this Pan-Africanist thing is a good thing, and I'm not definitely going against it. It's a good thing, but there's a lot of people that think that they know better than us. They think that they are more aware than us, and their opinions about how Africa is more valid. But you hear them all the time, and they end up with no resolution at all. So I don't know, maybe it's through the battles I've seen, it seems like I'm seeing a lot more detractors on the online space over here. We got to get to work, definitely. We have to get to work on the ground, and we have to push forward the narrative of how Africa is a benefit for everybody that wants to invest in there. We have to show the kind of the benefit or the advantage that the other peoples and other races around the world see in Africa and what they are capitalizing on. We have to display that to the rest of everybody, because when people see a benefit themselves, that's when they will choose to follow. They will choose to bandwagon and follow. So we need to show all the opportunities that other people are seeing. But for me personally, I've been thinking to create my own channel, But still, I have not come down to Google. I got things to do as well. So I wanna create a channel, or Ezra, if you guys can create a channel that focuses a lot more on geopolitical analysis of Africa in relation to the rest of the world. If you can connect yourself with other Pan-Africanist channels, or Pan-Africanist groups as well, one I would recommend to you is called iGambia. They always printed some very, very good stuff about everything that's occurring in Africa on a daily basis. And these are great topics for conversation, great topics for propagating information. You can have a lot of experts come to explain explain their points of view as well. So I would say, Ezra, if you take it up, you can do a geopolitical section of these kind of conversations. That will be very great to have. If you don't do it, then I might one day do it myself. So, you know what I mean? So I think we need to teach a lot of our people to operate from that point of view, Because once they cannot do that, they cannot come to this understanding that African cooperation is necessary. Because they say it's impossible for us to cooperate because we're so divided. We are so divided with these kind of different people and all that, so we will never be able to cooperate. But we need to show why it is a benefit for us to come together, and it's imperative, and there's no way away from it except that way. There's no other trajectory except collaboration on a regional, on a continental level. We need to have that kind of section in these kind of conversations that talks about African geopolitics in relation to the rest of the world, and also the rest of what, in fact, it even encompasses what my other friend was saying, because you can set up a database, which is good, but then how do you propagate the information in that database? Do you understand? You need to let everybody know about all these bad actors in the continent. We need to, all the bad actors and all the good actors, we need to praise and shame those who are doing good. We praise them. Those who are doing bad, we shame them. Once we start seeing this, the politicians will start to pander. We want them to dance to our tune. And so far, I think we've achieved, and they're starting to do that. And I see positive results. I think we need to infuse more energy into this. Even I sometimes do feel tired and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, we need to need a lot more energy for this to go. Otherwise, it is the end of it. You know.
Yeah, I think I agree perfectly with what you are saying. I think generally we tend to always be on the same mind about it. And most importantly, I also concur that the leaders are beginning to take feelers from what is going on online, especially. I think that's where many of them, the advisors, not necessarily the leaders themselves, the advisors tend to be online on Twitters, getting feelers of what the people are thinking. And you can see that they are beginning to realize that they need to start speaking more openly about these things. I think they've had the plans behind the scenes. They've been working away, and I'm not sure it's a very good idea to be working just behind the scenes, because if people cannot relate to what you are doing, they are easier to turn on you. So they can, because they don't know what you are doing for them. And I think that is where I think African Union, the way it's been operating so far, and also Pan-Africanism has been in a way quite disconnected from people. And if they look at the result of what is on the ground today, even if Africans feel the change that is going on, they are feeling it. They are not, say the Africans know that there is change going on, but they have not seen great results. So hence why they don't trust any of these big organizations, why they don't care about Pan-Africanism as much as they should, because they've not seen great results. And we need to, when you deliver great results, people will be more likely to listen to whatever suggestions you've got. That's why I said if they achieve something, and it starts from us, people like us that are here and organizations that are pressure groups, we go to these organizations, we pressure them to action whatever they are doing. And when they start actioning it, because these groups like the No More movement now, if they succeed in what they are doing, people feel they have credibility. And if we succeed in silencing the guns on the continent, the leaders agree that this is what they are going to do regarding conflicts on the continent, and they agree, you can see that people will be like, okay, that is one big one. Because I know full well, I've attended meetings of people in the diaspora, and one of the biggest issues they have is security. They will be asking the leaders, you know what, I want to come home. I'm retired here. I have a lot of money. I have a lot of experience. But what is the security status of my country? Can I come and stay in the village and feel safe? If they don't feel safe, they will not come back. Nobody wants to come. They are not all Pan-Africans. They don't want to come and die or come and fear for their lives, even if they are not going to die realistically, really. But they fear, and nobody wants to live in fear. So this is one of our biggest problems. We have so much experience and expertise outside the continent that they are not returning. It's a great wealth, and these people have contacts. They have links. Some of them even families all over the world. Africans have barely tapped
20% of their capability. We've not even started at all. And this is why it's supposed to be an easy push for Pan-Africanists and people that want the betterment of that continent. It's an easy push. You know, the door is just there, open. Push in and take advantage of what you've got on the ground. And this is an opportune time. It's even it's not that hard anymore.
You know, one thing that is sometimes people, they may not react because they don't see a benefit. But one thing about our people, we tend to be quite a jealous type of people. I mean, jealousy is a human trait and we all feel it as well. You know, but there is a whole lot of people around the world that can see the benefit, even to Niger, even as I'm speaking. But I'm hearing a lot of people that are not really us. They have invested in Africa. They've got a lot of land. And this person from India, he says he's got a lot of land. He has his friend that's got a lot of, he's built a business there. And these are not black people, right? So when you hear anti-Pan-Africanists, just continue keeping, it's like, what are you doing? So for us, from my point of view, even if they have not seen the results yet, we can show the potential of Africa to them as well. We can display the potential and the other potential that the other races see. Maybe that might be enough for them to think individually, because when they improve themselves individually, or when they seek to better themselves in the continent individually, this will create a kind of chain reaction in which it will lead into a whole lot of other things into the continent. People will start demanding better services, more security for their business, for their investment as well. So something we can do on a low level from here, as us on the internet here, is start to show the positive movements that the leaders are doing and show the negative movements that some of the leaders are doing and start to shame them. Like the other guy said, the database. You can have a database, but you have to start calling it out. You understand what I mean? And this is how I envision things transpiring. I was aware there will be detractors. Now we need to start calling out the positive things that is working towards this and the negative thing. And the leaders will be pandering. You know, so yes, some of them will pander for their own good. Will they be sincere? But to Niger, here's the thing. Many of them have done things that are insincere, and some of them have not even tried to even show any sincerity. They don't even care as well.
Yeah, I think, sorry, let me just interrupt for once. I think, man, that is a very valid point, sincerity. Because sometimes when you, like, if I go to the African Union website now, and you see some of the things that they talk about there, it seems like a very sanitized and stale statements from people that are not connected to the people that they claim to represent. And there is something about it that makes people feel, okay, these people, yeah, they seem to be making all the right noise, but I doubt anything they've said because they don't seem really sincere. And that is a big one. And I'm beginning to think that we shouldn't even care about sincerity. We should care about what we can make them do. And because leaders, they respond to stimuli, as they say, what people want to put in them. And if they feel that people want to support so and so things, the leaders that don't support those things are likely to fall out on the wayside. And the ones that support it are the ones that are going to remain. And people need to know what they want and start demanding it. And I think it's up to us to let people understand that, you know what, I understand you want education, you want good healthcare, but you have to put things in order to get good healthcare. If you don't have security, the rest, all those ones, you are going to build them and they're going to destroy them again, like they've always done. And you have to let them, educate them to understand the fundamentals of societal organizations, because this is how societies are formed. You know, from when I was young, I always knew the power of security, because we Africans, we know it, but we don't seem to tie it to reality because we see coups happen all the time. We see how the military just takes the country over, does whatever they like with it all the time. We should tie that to the fact that these things are important. They control society. And, but we don't associate it to our lives. We put iron bars at our doors all the time. We don't associate it to being relevant to our nations. And that is something we need to change.
I think most of us tend to think of it as it's not sophisticated enough. It's just, oh, you think security, get more weapons, build more. They think it's not a sophisticated idea. They think going the economic route is more of a sophisticated idea as well. And when I was younger, I had a debate with one friend of mine from Zimbabwe, and he made a good point. Say, I told him we need to have a military. We need to develop our military. And he says, no, you need the economy first and all that stuff. And then it's only from hearing you tonight that I realized, okay, I'm back to where I'm thinking. Of course, security is that you can develop your economy as much as possible. But if you don't have security, you can just be sent back into secondary. And it's a conversation I had before that I had with somebody. I can't remember my like you can develop yourself in terms of infrastructure. You can build your infrastructure and you can surpass even the UK and everybody, but you can still be bombed back to the Stone Age.
There's so many examples of it, actually. There is Iraq, there is Syria, there is Libya. It happens all the time. Afghanistan has never even had a chance because after one country comes in, another comes in and destroys it again. This is, you see, so some of the studies I studied in the university, one of the things they say is that civil engineers we build something to destroy them. This is how we as Africans, anybody that thinks from that point of view that thinks economy comes first or healthcare comes first, education comes first, they don't understand that anything you build will be destroyed. The power to destroy controls so many things in society. This is the essence of the bully in the playground. The guy that has the power to destroy controls everything.
Controls everything. Yes. You know, so it's an interesting one. So Ezra, I'm gonna end it there.
I'll give you a little example. Hold on. About the destruction.
Let me just end it there.
Real quick on this, okay? Real quick. Okay. We've seen on something good that worked and becoming an example for Africa. That's Libya. Libya has something. You never see any Libyans refugee anywhere in the world during Gaddafi. No one. They're all ambassadors, or they are attaches, or they're traveling on diplomatic missions and stuff like that. You didn't see any Libyans as refugee. They had everything going, but they got blindsided. This is a pure example. There's nobody like Libyan lived their life better than any Africans, education-wise, health-wise, economic-wise, getting paid while they're not working, getting things. I mean, the socioeconomics, everything was right there. Now we're talking about reinventing a wheel, but it's already there. It's just how did it happen? We learn from the mistakes. Everything that you said on economic basis, healthcare, schooling, everything that you want to get rid of poverty in Africa, we can do those simultaneously. Simultaneously, we can get involved on all aspects of what's needed. It's just we need the working bees. We need to put our foot on the ground. We got to put it where we're going to say, I'm on the healthcare side. I'm going to run it. Okay. And you start with your own native nation. I'm good in agriculture. Point out. I had a great man that taught me in life, and I experienced it. I experienced it for someone that I have great respect. And he said, if you put, for all diaspora, if you put 5% of your knowledge on whatever your specialty is, you will see 10 years leap in the continent. So that means I saw him. He was the first delegate that went, and he did the whole treasury. And that treasury can replicate to the rest of Africans. And it's working. So we can do 5% for diaspora as a diaspora. Listen, if you put 5% of your knowledge and participate in a network, let's say you're in healthcare, people that are in healthcare should establish their own way of communicating on who can help on what. We can do all these simultaneously. It doesn't mean we're going to be one Africa overnight, but it's the beginning. The database and all that, it helps information wise because that database also make you understand whoever who's operating in your country, what they do. And then you start questioning, can we do it ourselves? Or are we missing a link where they're not teaching us how to do it? Is it something that they want to keep you in the dark? That's what I said, emphasizing on the database. And I mean, I can list a whole list of things that we're looking for. But again, we got to have the basics. Who is in your country operating? And do they operate somewhere else and they got kicked off or anything? So that's in short. Everything we say is not limited from having African military. Okay, that it takes a lot. Let's say unity itself. We got peacekeepers under AU. Peacekeepers. It's just said peacekeepers, but how did they formulate it? I don't have to recreate that wheel. It's just now they come with more power, more firing power. Where are you going to get that firing power? From abroad? No, we can build it. We can have our own.
Let me just interject for a bit. Ezra, one thing that I say, if you did create a section in this channel, because many people are having to perceive, especially because we're all operating on the online space, and of course, many people are having to look at Pan-Africanism as to be a whole bunch of hullabaloo people that want African unity, love, and peace, and all that, and that we don't see things the right way. And that sentiment is growing, and that worries me as well. So I think this channel has a lot more people that are gravitated to it, obviously, because I say our people tend to gravitate to more positive message. This channel has a lot more people there. I think if you create a section in this conversation or a day or a kind of column that you can say, today we're discussing about the geopolitics, a geopolitical topic in Africa, and you bring experts like Tunaja, include I will join, I will always contribute to that section. You understand what I mean? You create a section like that, we can discuss it, break down all the big movers in relation to Africa and the rest of the world. You understand? And Africans will start to elevate and understand these things on that way. They will understand these movements, these global movements on that way. And then that helps build the demand, increase the demand for more cooperation. Do you understand what I mean, Ezra?
Absolutely.
Madara, I think we are doing that. We have started, but with everything, we're starting somewhere. And hence this platform is meant to discuss everything. Africa is not, as I always say as well, Africa is not just about politics. We need to talk about health, we need to talk about security, we are going to talk about everything. So all those things, and we started last year talking about so many things, and even movements like No More, we supported that movement as well. So that's why I'm saying we are more than just a movement, but we are discussing everything that builds, that Africa needs to build going forward. And security is one of them. We are going to have security aspect. We've had somebody from health, we've had somebody from politics, we've had so many people from different platforms, and we've had open lines like here now, where we are people can come in and share their knowledge, share their how they think we should do things. So, but with every movement, we're starting somewhere, and we will get there. And we will get interviews with maybe if when I opened earlier, if I may maybe rewind, I said if you've got topics and stuff and you've got things that you want to come and share. Some people already said they're interested. I saw Antoine in the morning earlier chat. She's a medical doctor. She want to come and talk about eye problems. Those are the things that we are going to be discussing as well. So we are more than just a show where we're just crying about, oh, did you see this about Africa? Did you see about this? No, we're not about that. That's why we are about bringing solutions, but not just solutions in politics only, but in every sphere of society that's affecting Africa. So that's where we are going, and we will have that.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Yes, everything needs. I'm not just interested in just geopolitics as well. I do talk about a whole different topic, different types of things as well. I'm into philosophy as well. I'm into futurism as well. So I talk about everything, and on other panels, I'm into issues that concern Black people in the UK as well. So I talk about all things. But to me, the bit that I feel really every time the need to contribute is that section, because that's what matters. We need our people to be more aware of how the world is, because that was the main reason our people were not aware of the geopolitics around the world. That's why we had rings. We had rings run around us the whole entire time. We had circles run around us, and it created this synchronization between our politicians and the people that they were ruling. It created that this synchronization, because the politicians may have wanted something good for their people and they did something good, but the people didn't know. Like, you take Gaddafi, for instance. He wanted something, he was doing something good for his people, but the people were misled, and he created that disunity and desynchronization, and the people ended up killing him. We have had many issues in which the African people turned against the leaders. You understand? And that's an issue. And those are the leaders also need to be held accountable. So there's a lack of synchronicity. That's why when you look at China and the Chinese people and Iran and the Iranians, their people back their leaders because the leaders are doing something which seem like they want it. It seems positive. So there is this kind of desynchronization in Africa. It must be fixed, you know. So sorry.
I get what you are saying, and let me just
can I just pause there, because I think we are now moving on other things, a lot of cross-referencing and stuff. Can I just give Josie teacher Josie a platform as well to share? Then we can come back to some of those topics. Josie, teacher Josie, welcome.
Yes.
He's a professional teacher, by the way. For those who don't know, he's a teacher.
Israel.
Welcome, Josie.
Well, I haven't seen you since last year.
Yeah, man. Since last year, man. Welcome to the new year.
Did I send you? Did I send you New Year wishes?
No, I'm still waiting. Even New Year gifts, I accept.
Yeah. Well, I'm very interested to listen more than to share idea today, and that is why I haven't entered the live stream very soon, because I'm interested like that. However, let me say something. I think now we began by sharing ideas on how Africa has been hurted, oppressed, problems. And now I feel we've begun flying up higher than the problems to fetch solution, to act upon the problems. That is how I feel at present, because we are really acting as I see. And if so, if our movement is transformed to this extent, let me say again, Happy New Year. If there is change, that means. Our brothers shared us great motivating hopes, motivating ideas on how to build one Africa, united Africa, powerful Africa. And that's great, really. Thank you, Biggie. Thank you, all other brothers, for sharing this. This is, a wisdom. This is a wisdom to me. I'm sharing a wisdom. And so I want to say thank you. And it is this collective effort this collective wisdom that makes or that builds one Africa or united or powerful Africa. When it is put into action, we are thinking, we are discussing of action, what is to be done. Not what happened, but what is to be done. And so I got an interesting scene today in Addis Ababa. That is what I'm going to share you. And that is a big library is built to start serving the generation, to start nourishing the generation. For me, this is an action plan. Because we should make this generation, as this is my belief, a reading addicted. A reading addicted. This generation has many addictions. Some are alcohol, cigarette, or some are addicted to different sports, dramas, or whatever. And this start is very attractive in that it is on the way to make the generation reading addicted. And this is a vital in building a nation as to me. Because it is the present generation that becomes tomorrow's leader, tomorrow's scientist, tomorrow's writer, tomorrow's historian. You know, and to be so, the generation should get a wisdom and knowledge. So on the ceremony, the Prime Minister said we should inherit the generation knowledge in this way. We should let others know our continent, Africa, in different ways. One way is this one, he said, there are 18 countries who has their own alphabets. This is the Prime Minister's speech. One of these countries is found in Africa. Let them know this. This is something great, he said. On the other hand, I think his mission is to enable the generation become readers. You know, to read makes, or readers of today become writers of tomorrow, who inherit wisdom to the next generation. It is if through reading, one of the way to know how their society become what they are today, how their country become what they are, what it is today, how their continent become what it is today. One way is through reading. Because this Africa is not current Africa so far, before 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. It is a field of battle. It has been a field of conflict, a field of murder, a field of genocide. This is being changed now. How comes that come true? How comes that genocide stopped? Generation should know to build better Africa in the future, and then inherit to the next generation. For me, and so that is why I say we should make the generation reading addicted. The other points regarding reading is, it is through reading that a single person becomes 2, 3 person, or even a people, because a writer writes a culture, life experience of uh, a whole society, not a single person. And so when we read a textbook, we share a life experience of one person, one society. When we read two books, we share again another experience, and then we may become a people like that. A single man become a people that has a wisdom, a knowledge of different societies, culture, knowledge, life experience, and uh, thereby gets how to solve different problems, how to undergo different hardships to bring up something good, something better. And so that is why I'm interested uh, and interested with the building of the library in Addis today. And so there are many quotes about reading, but let me share you a single one, which is written by an author whose name I forgot. And that writer said, "Show me a family of a reader, and then I will show you people who move the world." Says so. That is how reading by itself is powerful. And so uh, Biggie has mentioned a point previously: fetch information, gather information. He says this is one way, because fast can also show us a way. We don't have to forget what uh, Chino Achebe did to the current revolution of Africa. Is the basis. Things fall apart, are of God. Have laid a basis, and we can fetch information from there also, not only current information. Actually, even though the current one is vital, the past is also needed, and this is God through reading. And so what I want to say right now is, as far as African plan of action is concerned, let's strive to make the generation reading addicted to, instead of paying particular attention to English Premier League, whatever. That is not the point of the change. Thank you very much. Happy New Year. If you are being transformed, if you are changed, Happy New Year to all. Thank you very much.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, my brother, Josie.
Thank
You
you,
said it
Josie.
all.
Yeah.
People will
Absolutely.
complain. Sorry, Biggie. People will complain
If
about
you are not changing,
Man
if
City
you are
and
not changing,
all
once,
these other things.
if you are not changing, we are simply counting days. It can't be a new year if something new, if new plan, new action, new incident is made, new change, new progress is made. What is meant by new year? For me, it's nothing. Simply, the sun is what I've already seen so far. The oxygen, whatever. There should be a change. To say a year is a new year for me. Thank you. That's enough for today for me.
Hey, Josie.
Yeah.
There was something that was returned today to Gondar
Okay.
about Tedros. Can you say a little bit
Okay.
about that also?
I'm sorry. I'm not ready because I have to get prepared to say
Right.
something. There are many wise persons who know more than me, and so
Hmm.
I have to come up with different empirical evidences, unless I may make a mess, because this I was a natural science student. I know a bit, but there are many who know far more than me. I believe that. I appreciate as a Tedros, I appreciate him. By the time, he's not bad. He's good. He tried to progress the country. I know.
No, no,
He
there
told.
was
He
something that
told.
was returned today. Something that's related to Isaiah Tedros because the British government
Mm-hmm.
they didn't trust us how to maintain all the treasure that looted from Ethiopia at the time of Isaiah Tedros, and now there was a part of the artifacts. Can you imagine? They even had the locks of his hair in their museum, and we have it returned. And today is a big day because we prove to the British that we have the ability to preserve our own looted material in our own museum. And this got be triggered about 3, 4 years ago. It's even more than that, but it was very active for the last 4 or 5 years. So on top of the opening this big library which is awesome because you need somewhere to reference. And I believe there's also some old books that never been out in public in this museum.
We don't really
I mean,
know
this
Yeah.
library.
candidates. Like, we
So
don't know who's running. We don't
there's a
know
lot of
who is
there's a lot of information.
president in 2023. So it's
You know,
just they're. I just hope they're not gonna wait till like last minute and I'll say, oh, this is the guy that everybody,
Naja,
who's that?
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody's
Yeah.
So it's
so
just and
somebody's had an open mic.
You're still louder. Don't worry.
Okay, so there's a lot of things that they undermined us to begin with on Ethiopian. Ethiopia has a very long history, and believe me, our language, the Giz, the original Giz, right now is
Yeah.
a PhD language because they want to read
Yeah.
information that's written in its own original form in Giz. So they want to decipher. That's from spiritual aspect of it, from medical aspect of it. There's so many things, social life, in spiritual social life, and how you live your life. There's so many information that's written in Giz that never got translated, and
Of course.
now people Giz became a PhD language that
Yeah.
you have to go to school to learn it, and it's a PhD level. And a lot of universities are really opening up this program to the world. So we got a lot of mysterious books that are in Ethiopia now. People start exploring it. In fact, there was an interview where the priest was explaining to another Western guy certain books and everything else. So the priest was saying it in our language, and actually was an Amharic
Yeah.
translation, and the guy, in between, the priest can kind of forget that there's another foreign entity with him, and he told him, "Hey, dude, I know I speak English, but it's just better for me to speak in Amharic. Did I tell you to tell him all the information? This is for your information." So it's like
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
doesn't want him to know because they'll come
Mm.
back and loot us. They'll come back and rob us of our deepest secret kept for the last 2,000 years. You know what I mean? Even more than
Mm.
that.
Mm.
So
Mm.
there's information out there, and a true information. And if
Say
once
not
Ethiopia prevails,
preservation only,
very
just
preserved.
victory.
E-
Victory.
e-
That is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The book of Enoch was stolen from
Hmm.
Ethiopia,
Of
and
course.
that became a sensation once it got translated. But sometimes I wonder if they translated it the correct way because the language is kind of our language has this is how rich this language is. Okay,
Yeah.
we call it the language. There's a golden understanding of it, and there's a silver understanding of it. You know what I mean? And whichever how you're gonna grab it, you can lose. I mean, you still get information on the silver, but the gold is the one that's the key to the information. So the language is kind of very dense, including myself in the era of Mengistu Haile Mariam, and he said, "No more grammar class for Amarinya." We're like, going, wait a minute, you want me to learn socialism, but I cannot really write down the socialism because you need a writing skill and reading skill. So we should have that grammar class in order to write better. It's part of it. But if I'm going to read Karl Marx that's translated from Russia to English, and at the same time I'm losing the essence of the book, even though it's translated, but the fact you don't know the language, you just take it as what is being translated. So that's another opportunity for Africans, as the African continent describes Ethiopia. Ethiopia is the mother of Africa. Okay. And that's been said over and over throughout the whole, it echoed. But at the same time, you know, we're like going, well, okay, she's the mother of Africa, but what is it? And then when you start understanding, there are a lot of hidden books that never been translated or been touched, let alone to translate. This is a great thing, despite of this war that we're having. And here's Ivy from the front bottom line coming in and inaugurating a museum. So our struggle never stops. You know, we never stop because we got a problem. Life goes on. And that's leading by example. Leading by example. A lot of people say, oh, you know, he's got a war. Why is he doing this? No, we live while the war is going on. We're not going to stop everything. The country runs, is still going through changes, through process. And that's what it shows you. A prime minister to go to bottom front, that's, you know, unheard of. You know, not in the 21st century. He's the first one. He was at the bottom front. And then he came back and do business again. And at the same time, he goes to Turkey. He goes, I mean, this man, to tell you, I will tell all of you, okay, all of you on this platform, please pray for the man. As a young man, he's already sounded like a 60 years old. He's worn out. But again, you know, he never stopped his struggle. This is what we're supposed to be. We as Africans, we're supposed to be just like him. Never stop. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Shake and shake. And that's how we're going to be successful.
It's a blessing to have such a champion leader. It is a blessing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who doesn't fear
I'm going to ask that we have just closing remarks. Something just came up that I need to attend to it urgently. So tomorrow we'll have another discussion. We'll continue this conversation. But in closing, I'll just ask something short, 2 minutes each. Plan of action for 2022 or things to focus on 2022. I'll start with Two Niger, then Madara, then Josie, then we close with Biggie.
Yeah. Plan of action, I would say, first things we lean towards pushing the African Union to implement the silencing the gun policy, and specifically the Peace and Security Council of the African Union. And we push them, and we let them know here that this is what the people want, and because it's one of the easiest ways to mobilize them and motivate them to move forward as a priority. And then you can also encourage our local elections to involve security concerns. Every nation has it, even if they don't think they need it. They have security issues that they have not addressed. All sub-Saharan African countries, apart from Eritrea, is undermanned. And if they don't, I cannot sit here in good conscience and ask people to ask for something else, because I'll be lying to them. The truth is, if you are busy asking for something else, the problem is just going to fester on and on and on. You have to start changing minds. We have to start sharing this opinion out there that we need to start asking our government to secure our establishments. You have to secure the government. Your government needs security itself. Without your government being secure, they're not going to serve you. They're going to serve other people. So this is what I say. Line of action, our plan of action should involve pressing the African Union to implement the silencing the gun, or just ban conflicts on the continent. Now, I'll try ban on conflicts on the continent, even if it's, for a period of time. We need to come up with some plan like that, and nationally start having people recognize the importance of securing their state. It's not about warring other people, it's about securing their state. Thank you.
To Niger.
Madara. 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Yeah. To Niger, what? I can't ask him a question. If I have 2 minutes, then I have to say my closing statement then. My closing statement. Yeah, all right. My closing statement is like what Tunai just said as well. To press our leaders more on what the Africa we want, on what we want in terms of security as well, in terms of wanting them to collaborate more and work more together in projects that require, in terms of building the large scale infrastructure. We need to focus on praising the good works that they're doing and denigrating the bad works that they do. And I think I don't know, I think for 2022, I mean, I think we need to focus a lot on that, making sure that we do recognize the good things they do. You understand? Because I sometimes wonder, do these leaders do they themselves want to be free from this slavery that they have engaged themselves with? Because they actual slaves, we're being led by slaves, some of them. Do they want to free themselves and say, if they want to free themselves, they need people to back them up. They need the people to back them up. And as far as I can see, I think some of them are becoming sensitive to this situation. They're becoming sensitive to the demands, and they are starting to act upon it. You know what I mean? The other countries as well, like tonight you say you need to secure, they would not want to have a secure situation. So it's a whole lot of mess. We need to really infuse a lot more energy into this movement to make sure that people understand that this is the solution and this is the way forward. There's a lot of denigration of Pan-Africanism there, and as Tunaja, my brother in arms, can tell, Tunaja, to what extent do you think the dysfunction online can spill over to the continent?
Ezra, I have to try to respect Ezra's wish.
Okay.
Ezra, there is a bit of an echo. Please take care of it.
I think you need to switch off one device or what. I think you open YouTube and also you're on the StreamYard. So close your YouTube. That's why then we won't have echoes and stuff.
Yeah, Ezra, I'm not sure I should answer that because I like to respect your wishes. So
let's meet again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we should also meet, and we'll start early. So I will share the link very early, and then all the info and all the discussions that we've already been having, you guys can just continue from there and add on, and then we can add more people as well.
Yeah, Madara. I think Africa Millennial is on, and Afro Think Tank, they are all on out there. So
I'll spectate from there. But Ezra, thank you for hosting me and all that. Ezra, don't lose hope. All I can say, more energy to you and more energy to you guys as well. You can see what happened with this Ethiopia thing. I told you I was not worried because I knew you guys would win. I knew Ethiopia would win because of the media campaign, the online campaign you guys put forward. And that's what it takes in this modern day. So more energy to you guys, and let's not lose hope, bro.
Thank you.
You should be proud. You guys champion that heavily.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Josie. Biggie.
Yeah, I guess I'm the only one left. I still see Josie. Anyway, in conclusion, hey, listen, today is the 2nd of January, and we're really advancing already. We bring in the issues. I just want to remind everybody again, get yourself the map of Africa with no border. No border. Whatever you want to do for benefit of Africa, Mama Africa, that's when you're gonna be really having the visions. Just start with something that you see day in, day out. It's very important that you put in the vision. And I saw some socialist stuff. Don't take me wrong. What I said about socialism is not about socialism, and actually, it's about the language of Amarinya that when the socialism movement came, they want to eliminate the grammar school. So it's kind of losing our basics of communication in Amarinya. So you need to learn about verbs and conjugation in order to understand anything. That's what I meant when it comes to socialism. And the other thing is about Africa. Africa is very socialist by nature. When somebody dies, we're there. When somebody goes to a wedding, we're there. When it comes to blessings or whatever, we're all there as a social functions, helping one another. When there's a wedding, people are putting money in order to have that wedding happening. When somebody dies, they pay for the funeral and everything else. This is our natural instinct. We don't need to get an influence through socialism, and this is the way it's supposed to be. We're not influenced through that. We are naturally gifted by that. So that's a great thing, actually, that what Africa demonstrate when it comes to social life. And when it comes to religion, is the same thing. They're all tied. There's a great pictures when you have the Muslim shaky and the Orthodox priest riding the same mule to go. One of them is going to the mosque, the other one is going to the church, and it's a beautiful picture. Actually, I was gonna share it, but at the same time, I don't want to take that as I gotta have the copyright in order to publish that. So in general, that what I was saying is get your map. Okay, today's 2nd January 2022. Get your map, the African map. The other thing is get information. That's our low hanging fruits. Get your information within your nation. Who's doing business with your country, and at the same time understand your policy. Each country has its own policies, and do not get in trouble for asking certain questions. Sometimes it might get you in something that you didn't understand, but be focused on what you're going to question. The other thing is we're going to start building the database, and it doesn't matter. You tell me so and so company, I'll write it down and see what's going to happen at the end of the year, just to see what we achieve by getting that information. I see some other people writing about, like Jonathan said, what we're supposed to be building our own jeans, our own basic clothing and stuff like that. We do have that, and we're just going to need to really put that up front for the people to understand it's made within your own, it's made in Africa, put it that way. Okay. So for all of you that is out there, God bless you. Thank you so much for coming relentlessly to this panel. Subscribe, please like, make sure that you put your like if you are on YouTube, that counts. So again, Xavier, bless you all. And I got 5% left on my phone. I might lose you all, but Ezra, thank you so much for accepting me. And Mika, hello. I'm pretty sure you're doing something great. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you, Biggie. I saved your phone tonight. Saved your big. So family, tomorrow we're meeting again. We're gonna continue with this topic. Tomorrow we're gonna start early. Tomorrow we're gonna be here early. Turn on the notification icon so that you can join when we start early, and you can be part of this. Come and join us, and let's talk. I see a lot of people were on the comment section. I hope Alexis will join us. Aboyak, I think today we are too early for Red Sea. We are closing very early for Red Sea, Biggie.
Oh, I didn't say about Red Sea. Even last time I told you I forgot about Red Sea. He's
I saw
listening.
him yesterday. I saw him
She's
yesterday.
listening.
He was in, or she was in, or he was in.
Yeah, I text. I just put it on the private chat.
Yeah. Thank you for Pi International. Thank you very much. I see you there, active brother, and Ghost. A lot of people. Thank you for joining us tonight. Tomorrow we continue with the same topic. The for part two. Since there's a lot of people that had so much to say, but tomorrow I hope most people will join on the live stream and we can really hear your voice and hear your thoughts and what we need to be focusing on. And as usual, please, family, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share. We are building, we are trying to get to 200,000. Hopefully, this week we'll reach 200,000 subscribers. So go share with your family, share with your friends, tell them to like, tell them to subscribe. You know, when you show them the channel, just show them on their phone. Just subscribe for them. For some people, they're too slow. Just subscribe for them and turn on the notification icon, give them back their phone, and let's get the movement rolling and let's hear more voices and a lot of things that we need to talk about. So tomorrow will be part two of this live stream. We'll continue the same topic. Come loaded. So I'm also just helping those who always say, tell us in advance. Please come tomorrow with your plans or what do you think we should be focusing on, and join us and let's talk. And in closing, I'll be closing in prayer. You can join us. Thank you, Abba Father. Thank you for this night that you've blessed us with. Thank you for allowing our brothers and sisters to join and have time to share knowledge, share ideas. We thank you that for the opportunity that you've blessed us with. We pray that Africa may rise and Africa be a shining light to the world. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Thank
Amen.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Biggie. Let's talk tomorrow. Let me see. I'm sure you left with 1% now.
No. I managed to run to my charger. I'm 3% is charging.
3% charging.
Yep.
Yeah, just charge it for tomorrow. Tomorrow we got a bumper show, so we're gonna need the battery full. I'm gonna need all the pointers. Biggie, you've got so much that today I had to catch you on, and we can also talk about the library in Ethiopia as well. And thank you to Josie for always telling us. I think the highlight from Josie's comment was reading. We need more Africans to read and not be addicted to. He said soccer and stuff, and so we need to read first, then go watch our soccer.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to add to that. I know we're closing, but if you notice, the new generation are looking into episodes. Like some short movies and stuff like that. But what I'm learning is, I think we can get a shorter version of a books where people can get involved. There will be one published now. There will be another one published. It's an online thing where we can get histories or medical, whatever that it needs in the short books. Because some people are very visual now. The youth now is very visual. It's very TikTok type. It's a Twitter type. Um, uh, a little YouTube, 10 minutes. If you got more than 10 minutes of YouTube, man, people kind of turn away and they don't get to real meet greet. And we need to have a short stories about certain books and puts references, and these are the writers that we need that going to be reading it, and give them a short version. And once they taste it, and then that's when they get involved to read the whole thing. So I have ideas on getting these young men that are writers and put few a little story histories of African histories on a short version of a little booklet. You know, what is Tanzania? Just put it about Tanzania. Put a little bit of Kenya. Put a little bit of Ethiopia, and that will influence people to read, because reading, it has to have visual and as well, not, as you know now, everybody's putting the graphics out, everybody's putting a little tricky things out there, so just to attract the readers. Okay, so that's what I put in there, and we'll discuss more tomorrow. Sorry to take so much time, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there relate to it because they want to have a short stories and understand it and then get involved and read the whole book. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much, Biggie. Can't wait also to be part of that conversation. And yeah, let's meet tomorrow. And tomorrow, family, join us as early as possible. Turn on the notification icon so that when we go live, you can join and we can get down to business and get us talking. So, and I can't wait to hear Marie Antoinette. Please, I'll be waiting for your email tomorrow, and whoever. And I think even Mohammed, he said he's a journalist. Please send us an email there, and we can talk about what you're going through as a journalist in Africa and all those things. And a lot of people that also wanted to come with other topics, or they want to come and share some of the things they are doing in their field. Please, I've just shared the email there. Please send us an email, oneafricaofficial@gmail.com, and we'll respond. And I saw Pi, I saw your email. We'll respond soon. And so yes, family. So send us an email, inquiries, anything. Get in touch with us on that email address, oneafricaofficial@gmail.com. And from us tonight, from me and Biggie and His Excellency Mika, we thank you for your support. We thank you for always tuning in. And this year we have a lot of programs coming. We have a lot of things. Please, family, support us. Join the movement. And again, we say thank you again for your continuous support. And we are really, really appreciated. So till we meet again tomorrow, God bless you.